Okay, it's Sai here on the Friday Frenzy on TBFM Internet Radio, and I'm sat here with Heidevolk. How you doing?
Great.
Yay!
Very good. Yeah. So, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. It's our last interview of the day. It's your last interview of the day.
Yep. So it's going to be drinking after this?
There's going to be a lot of drinking after this. Yeah.
That's cool. Now we're fine.
So how's Hammerfest for you then? How was the gig?
Started off as a technical hell, and we punched through and had a blast.
Yeah.
And I guess the crowd loved it. So. Yeah.
What do you think of staying in chalets rather than caravans? I mean, rather than tents.
I think it's an awesome idea for the time of year when it's a bit cold, and it's always an awesome idea to stay in chalets.
Yeah, but to be honest, we all
finally feel trailer trash now.
we were all in a pretty good mood when we were, we were pretty tired when we entered here, their area, and then we saw the trailers and entered them. Oh, this is nice.
Actually sleeps.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So
it's a good start of the.
There will be a lot of sleeping involved now because we got like a really nice bed. But then we saw
boring.
but then we saw the venue, so I don't think there will be any sleep.
No. So a lot of in your music, a lot of themes. It's all about nature and history, if I'm correct, of different European histories and things like this. So, travelling through the landscape of Wales, like the hills and all the slate mining, does that inspire you?
Well,
do you think, oh yeah, this is nice?
It was really cool to see some nice castles in the scenery, and in the distance we saw a lot of. I don't know if they are mountains, but they were snow covered.
Yeah, Snowdonia is second highest in the UK.
Oh, okay.
The one that you can see from here. If you look over that way.
So if we look through the walls.
Yeah. So for our radio listeners, we are pointing towards Snowdon.
He's actually pointing towards the Burger King.
Then through the trailer.
You've got a lot of a beautiful nature over here, and I was pretty amazed by it.
Yeah. Okay. So ever going to do anything with English heritage at all? Or?
I don't know. What we did until now is sing about nature, history of our region. And there's still a lot to explore and a lot to sing about. But maybe when it's when we finish, perhaps it would be. Of course, you guys have a great history here, so it would be the first point. I guess the first.
Why isn't there a folk metal band from here then?
Yeah, we were talking about that. What are bands from?
I don't know, because the closest one to it would be Winter Philith, I guess. Do you know them? And they sing a lot about English heritage.
Okay.
But that's black metal.
Or are they Irish?
Very careful now.
I don't know them. No.
They're Irish.
They're Irish, okay.
No. I mean, I guess you got Primordial.
Primordial, yeah.
So there is a few, but not really the same kind of thing as you guys, I guess.
No.
So you signed to Napalm Records.
Yes.
How's that for you?
They're doing a great job on promoting us, putting us in magazines, and getting our CD out there. Sometimes there are also the little bit of indifferences, with a label when they think, well, maybe you should do more of that, and then our first reaction is, no, let's not do that. Let's do the other thing. But I think it's a good cooperation, and we're working together fine.
Yeah, they helped us a lot. Since we signed with Napalm Records, the gigs became bigger. We played on bigger festivals. We got a lot more attention. So,
do you think it's them, or is it just the fact of being signed?
It's signed, and also we're also signed to Rock the Nation right now, which is our booker.
Yeah.
And they also work together with Napalm Records. So,
of course, we were on our way, but they definitely had an impact.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of people search for bands like us, I guess, on that label. They have a great history, and still a lot of other bands signed now that.
So you fit quite well into the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Batavi, the new album.
Yes.
So do you want to tell us what that is about, lyrically and musically? You know, why have you gone for
Kicking Roman's ass.
Well, it's about a Germanic tribe that lived in our region, called the Batavians, and well, they're a big part of Dutch history.
Yeah.
You know, kids get taught about them at school, and well, they're most famous about what you just said, kicking Romans' ass, at least for one big battle. They were tried to were used by Romans to sort of like at the border of their empire. They helped them to push back the other Germanic tribes, but at a certain point they rebelled against the Roman Empire. And the whole story about the uprise and downfall of the Batavians is what we describe in our album.
Yeah, it's just a nice topic, you know. It's essentially a quest for freedom,
Yeah.
because they're traveling from where they didn't belong to a place where they thought they belonged, and then they came across the Romans. So they had to ally them, then they had to battle them. So it's essentially a quest for freedom, and it's a nice story.
And there's a lot of things that have forgotten about them, so I guess it's really cool to freshen up everybody's memory about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, it was an interesting tribe. I believe it was the only tribe that didn't have a normal tax rate for Romans, and actually supplied troops instead of paid taxes. And they were the only one where they didn't really pushed out and say, okay, you're going to pay these taxes.
They even found some leftovers in Hadrian's Wall over here from the Batavians, from the tribe,
right, okay.
because they were excellent horseback riders.
Yeah.
So they were used by the Romans to,
And they could,
places.
and they could cross rivers with full
Yeah, they were one of the few that.
Full armor on horses.
Yeah, they were one of the
and
few.
there were not many people who could do that.
Yeah.
So there were tanks.
So do you? So that's like the album's concept.
Yeah.
But do you ever do anything where, you know, is every album a concept?
No.
like that? And is that the first one that you've done? That's
Yeah.
Actually, it was the
long
first
thing.
concept album we did.
yeah.
Yeah, the first concept in the sense of that it was a story from the beginning
That's
to the
what I
end.
mean. Yeah.
Sometimes we have a sort of a subject, but it, you know, it could be so wide and diverse. But it was the first time that we actually tried telling a story through our music, which was pretty difficult because, you know, if you have a sensitive subject, well, you know, are you gonna play a blast beat or what are you gonna do? You know, it was a challenge. But I think it worked out pretty good. Yeah.
So when you record your conceptual album, do you find that sometimes it's hard to write it because you think, no, this has to fit in?
Yeah.
With
Yeah, that was horrible.
With a few discussions about that, because you've got a lot of songs, and well, first we had a lot of subjects, and then we're gonna fit the songs we already wrote to the subjects, and then make it more fit into the subject, and then we were like, okay, we gotta write a song that has to be the subject of conquering. Well, conquering ain't that difficult, but try to write a song about the alliance with the Romans. You know, it's like you still have to be proud that you didn't betray your own people, but you are also subjected to the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
So that's really difficult to fit in to the music. I think we did it pretty well.
So do you tend to write your music in the studio and then and record it, or do you jam it out?
No, what we used to do,
and go and record?
what we used to do was just writing everything in the rehearsal room. But we're 6 people with a very strong vision and a very strong, very strong vision about what you want with a song.
Yeah.
Very little time together.
Yeah, so it was. That's sort of what didn't really work out anymore. At least not in the time that we have.
So you use a lot of home recording software?
Yeah, that's what we do now. We just make a sort of
Basic idea.
Yeah, basic idea of a song, and then you bring it with you, and everybody can say, well, it's just crap, or it is fantastic, or something in between.
Okay.
And then, they give their ideas. Well, maybe if you change this like that, and that's when everybody comes in, and it still becomes a Heidevolk song.
So basically, creating blueprints, and work them out in the rehearsal room.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where are you touring? So you come over for Hammerfest.
Yeah.
What's next?
I think this will be it for this. Oh no, wait! We got a few things coming up. Now, in 2 weeks we will be for our first gig in Mexico.
Okay, cool.
And after that we will be touring the US and Canada.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, no,
It's only a little tour. Yeah.
No, we're pretty excited about it. It's our first time to the US. First time to cross the Atlantic for.
And Canada.
yeah, we're pretty psyched.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, cool. So where do you find the best reception from fans? Where do you find, like, or is there a venue or someone that treats you really well?
There has to be something in the water in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Italy. I don't know what it is.
I guess it's a grappa or something.
Yeah, but it's just
the people they make you belong there, you know? Like, okay, I should be living over here because it's so great over here.
Yeah.
It's the people over there and everything about the gig, everything is just arranged well, you know, and the crowd is going totally nuts. And they're singing along in Dutch, Italians singing along in Dutch. Now that's
Not bad. Yeah.
that's a thing to see. It's awesome.
Well, you're saying about kicking their ancestors' ass.
Yeah. There's an ulterior motive going on.
No, but it's really great.
All right, so that just about wraps it up. It's been a really pleasure speaking to you guys.
Well, when we were talking before this, you told us the radio station was actually about louder music or faster music.
Yeah.
So why
Why?
are we interviewed?
Because I like you.
Thank you very much.
And it fits. So you're interviewing me now. It's not how it works.
This is why we do the blueprint.
Simon.
It's been a pleasure talking to you guys.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
What will get you? So thanks very much. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Hi, this is Heidevolk, and you're listening to the Friday Frenzy of TBFM Online.